In this episode, there is a brief mention of incest. Stay safe and enjoy the show.
As a disclaimer, Monster Fuckers Anonymous is indeed about wanting to love and have sex with monsters, but we want to make things extremely clear from the get-go. The monsters we will be selecting will be sentient and able to consent. Not all of the chosen monsters will be sapient, but we will not be endorsing zoophilia or bestiality. Anthropologically, monsters all around the world and media representations of them have had many racial and sociological implications. We will be as transparent and ethical as possible, while also sex positive and mostly having fun.
Monsters. Creatures feared all around the world in folklore and myths. Terrifying beings such as the fiendish and frightening fae, demonic devils, sultry sirens, hazardous harpies, and countless chaotic creatures coming from crevices of every continent. As long as stories have existed, there's been one pressing question that has remained unanswered by scholars for generations. One powerful thought that has plagued our minds for millennia. Can we fuck these monsters? That is what we're here to find out today. Welcome to Monster Fuckers Anonymous.
Another fantastic, wonderful, stupendous episode of MFA, aka Monster Fuckers Anonymous. A show where we talk about monsters, talk about their lore, talk about everything about them, and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, or whether or not you, yes, you listening, Gary, yeah, I'm going to say your name, Gary, I know you're listening, whether or not you should have sex with these monsters. I am your colorful creature. Wait, no, it's colorful creature. What is it? It's colorful creature consultant, cleric. Here, and with me as always is the amazing technical analyst, Joe.
Hatsune Miku.
Hatsune Miku. I'm sorry, before this recorded, literally for the 10 minutes, we've just been talking about Hatsune Miku, and me, the realization that I was figuring out that Hatsune Miku's not a real person, that I was super convinced about. But,
yeah.
So besides Hatsune Miku, Joe, how you feeling?
I'm a little tired, a little hungover.
Joe, same. We're always hungover for these recordings.
Why are we always hungover? I have been talking about the Taco Bell spicy soft potato soft tacos, and I have some waiting for me after this recording as well.
That's good. You know what? I actually ordered Taco Bell yesterday because you were talking about Taco Bell, but I got the Doritos Locos tacos, and those shits crumbled in my hand.
So good.
Speaking of crumbling in my hand, Joe, what topic do you want to talk about today? Besides,
Cleric, I was too busy
with your soft potato taco.
No, I was too busy beating my goddamn meat into the ground and taking it to the stables and riding it around. I was too busy mass jerking off all week. Then.
All week.
All week.
Well, I guess we have to do something else here, because if you don't have a topic and I don't have a topic, I guess what we'll do is, let me just make this rune on the ground, get my martyr effigy ready, and now I will, from the lords above, I go to the summoning pool to summon an ally who will help us talk about monster fucking. And I break the flasks. Kez, you have to make a breaking glass sound. Yeah, you yourself. Go break glass in your house now, Kez.
You have to break glass into your hand, and then you have to stab yourself in the hand with the glass.
Yeah, exactly. Do that Foley work. Have fun with that, Kez. So I break the glass, go to the summoning pool, and what ally rises to the aid but none other than Rook.
You really looked up a list of Elden Ring key phrases and used all of them.
And that's all that we're going to mention of Elden Ring this episode.
Yeah, actually, we're not even going to talk about Elden Ring. It's not even happening.
We're like, Elden Cock Ring. I stole that joke from Rook.
I literally just have the Google, the first thing that pops up on Google was what I was reading.
Anyway, hello, nerds, brackets, audience.
Yes, for this episode, we have our friend Rook joining us. Rook, do you want to shout out, tell the people who you are?
Hi, I'm Rook. You can find me on Twitter at RJKGames. I do tabletop stuff when I'm not busy learning how to be a teacher.
Hey, we love that. But Rook, thank you for joining us. So question, we've already kind of spoiled it with the whole opening bit, but what monsters do you want to talk about today?
Yes, today I want to talk about the lovely monsters and some not so lovely monsters in the hit game Elden Ring.
Ooh, okay. What draws you to Elden Ring and like just the bosses there and then like all
other than autism?
Joe. Joe, you can't just
I mean, we don't have a diagnosis, but probably.
You can't just keep diagnosing people with autism.
I'm a doctor, guys. Now, Rook, tell us about. Now, Rook, tell us about Elden Ring.
You're sick.
I almost fell off my chair.
Spoilers for the game. I'm just gonna say that. Just
spoilers for the game. Spoilers for Elden Ring.
Yeah.
So I've watched a lot of playthroughs of it because a lot of people I like have played it, and it's really pretty. And also, there's a hot wolf man.
Yeah,
who I desperately want to talk. Oh, well, that's spoilers.
Well, no, that's
for
fine.
This episode.
Well, you just have to wait your fucking turn. Because the guest always goes second. But yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Yeah, slow your fucking roll, Rook.
Wow.
This energy's already up. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so we've combed through Elden Ring. Me and Joe actually have not played the game at all. I know nothing of Elden Ring. I will say that right now. I'm not a big fan of Dark Souls games, like Dark Souls-like games, because I think having like difficulty is not something I find fun. What I mean by that is if a game is going to make me want to snap my controller, the only way I'll do that is with platforms. I'm like, platforming is fun, but if I'm going to snap, if I get hit with like a one-hit KO move after wasting 8 hours of my life on one boss, I'm feeling some type of way. So like, I've never really been attracted to the Dark Souls-ish games, but Elden Ring is also I think always has a cool aesthetic, which I was like interested to talk about. Joe, what about you with Elden Ring?
It's always been just sort of like in my peripheral view. Like I've seen Elden Ring is one of those games or like pieces of media where I've definitely seen more porn of it than like the actual game itself.
What?
So like, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen Elden Ring porn.
Like fucking horny artists and shit.
Well, yeah, I've seen horny artists. Don't get me wrong. I've seen horny artist, but I haven't like directly seen like one of the monsters turned into horny.
Blaidd is the easiest one.
Yeah.
And we'll get into him later.
Yeah, we'll get inside of him.
Yeah, we'll put our dick inside him. But now, as we've combed through all of Elden Ring, I've picked a boss or a monster, Joe has picked a monster, and of course, Rook has picked a monster. But again, we'll have to wait to Rook because I'm going first, and we're going to see which of us has picked the best Elden Ring boss to fuck. I know I haven't. I'm going to let everyone know. I'm going to spoil it right before I even get started. It's not happening for my pick.
Okay.
But I just think it's funny, and I want to talk about him.
I hate you. All right, let's go.
I've chosen, of the bosses, Rykard, the Lord of Blasphemy and the Serpent King. Praetor Rykard was once a proud and charismatic child of the Carian royal family, whose presence inspired many to follow under his banner. When the Elden Ring was shattered and the Great War began, instead of chasing after the Great Runes, Rykard chose a different path, one that went against the greater will. But soon his ambitions would lead him astray, and Rykard was lured into the den of greed and gluttony by the Elder Serpent, allowing himself to be devoured, becoming Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy, and the Serpent King.
So, Cleric, I'm looking at this man.
Yeah, what's up? You looking at him?
I'm looking at him.
Okay, yeah, look at him. What's
big
up?
Snake.
It is a big snake.
He pulled out a huge flesh sword out of one of the snakes on his head.
Yes.
Kind of a malignant situation.
He did do that. This is correct. His face is also on the underbelly of the snake, not the snake itself. And then he gets little fleshy hands because when you first fight him, apparently, he's just the giant snake, just a big snake stabbing at you. Then his second phase is he brings up his underbelly, whips out that flesh sword, gets his little tiny hands, and he's a little bit more agile, a little more spooky, and he talks to you. Then he wants to, devour the gods and shit like that. And he just gives you a little kiss.
What? Does that happen in Elden Ring, Rook?
No.
Does that actually...
Why
That's not part of the boss fight?
He gives you the kiss of death. That's for sure.
Yeah, a little kissy kiss.
Cleric, not to destroy this man instantly, but he kind of looks like the design choice was kind of a circumcised penis, and then you replace the head with a man's face. That's what his design reminds me of.
Are you saying there's something wrong with circumcised penises?
No.
Then what's the issue? Everyone here sucks dick.
Yeah, fair.
That's what I fucking thought, gamer. Checkmate.
But
I took your look.
If your fucking circumcised penis also talks and pulls a flesh sword out of another snake head as a part of the circumcised penis, and you have a face on the underbelly of your circumcised penis,
that's called sounding.
It's not.
It is. What's the? I'm not. This lady. So this is a kinky thing.
So the snake is the urethra, the meatus, and then you're pulling this. He's just been sounding. He's been edging. The reason that Praetor Rykard, the Lord of Blasphemy, is the Lord of Blasphemy is because he's been edging, fucking sounding. He's been caged, chastity belted for 1,000 years. Is this what you're trying to tell me?
Yes. He is a caged little bitch, putting the sounding right in his little urethra. And I don't like how you, Joe, for everyone, our non-video listeners, which is everyone, Joe has gotten up and left, closed a notebook that was on her lap, and then they just walked out. And I don't think they're returning, which means I ought to win.
I know Joe can still hear me because Bluetooth headphones. Joe, does it help that Rykard was also vored to get into this state?
Okay, I don't attest to that. I don't attest to that to the vor aspect of this.
And we come back to the moment where Cleric loves vor.
I don't love vor. I don't love vor. Stop fucking putting this narrative out into the universe. I don't love vor.
So on eldenringfandom.com/wiki/Praetor Rykard, his race is listed as demigod, god-devouring serpent.
Yes.
He got devoured.
People get eaten all the time.
He loves vor.
He doesn't love vor, okay? Okay, let's break something else down. Let's break something else down, okay? He's known as the Lord of Blasphemy because he went against the gods. Because everyone else was like, let's get the Elden Ring, apparently, and let's form the ring. And he was like, nah, what if we went against the gods and made our own fate? What if if you could change your fate, would you? And that's what he did. That's what he did. And that's what he wanted. And he just got twisted up about his ambitions because he saw the Elder Snake, an immortal fucking being, and could absolutely devour the gods, and was like, let me partner with that. And then fused with the Elder Snake to become the Lord of Blasphemy, which he could only be killed with a certain sword. Only one sword in the entire fucking game can kill him, because that's how cool he is. So fused. Not forward.
Okay. Understandable. My mistake.
Yes. Please keep my name out your mouth like that ever again.
I'm just gonna copy and paste something into our chat here.
What are you copying and pasting? I would love to see it.
He allowed himself to be devoured by the elder serpent of Saint Gelmir, merging with the creature.
Okay.
So right. a both situation.
So I don't like how you pulled up actual lore to defeat me here, Rook. I don't appreciate you copying, pasting like this. Actual for quotes.
To be clear to our listeners, if any of you are into vor, more power to you. I just like annoying cleric.
I'm the opposite. If you like vor, get out of here. Spit. Let's get back on track, everyone.
Yeah. So, do we have enough personality?
Yes. So he was, like I said, he's very charismatic. A lot of people followed him when he went against the Greater Will. Mm-hmm. He had that much charisma and that much wow factor that everyone, a whole knight's order, still followed him to rebel. against, and he's caused an entire war to happen. Like, he attacked the capital apparently with his entire army because they were all with him. They would say, like, let's chop down this fucking giant tree. Let's fucking do it. But he ended up letting go, like, his ambitions of, like, wanting to devour the gods and wanting to do this and wanting to, like, not be controlled by fate. Got the better of him, and he decided to go to get vored by the giant snake. In which case, he then became very greedy, very like anyone who came, because all the snake hunters who are all the people of his order who were like, this is fucked up, we're trying to stop you. He ate them and then merged them into his body to become more powerful.
A legion. Yeah.
So his personality I would describe as, because he has a wife, which also I think something I found out.
He has a wife?
Yes, he's married. And she exists because a part of his order became known as like the snake hunters or whatever. So they're now devoted to trying to stop him because they still believe in his cause of going against the gods. But now they're like, listen, now you've become one of the problem. You've become the problem. So now we're going to have to do something.
Wait. Pause here. I don't think that's right.
Hang on.
Oh, into it. Oh, no, you can record this. It's fine.
Okay.
Tess can listen to law. I don't know what you're referring to, but I don't think what you were saying was right.
It probably
you're
wasn't.
fucking wrong.
So his wife, are you referring to Tanith?
Yes.
So Tanith doesn't lead the Serpent Hunters. Tanith leaves the Recusants, who basically do what Rykard wanted. Like, they fight the Golden Order. They do all that stuff. All the people who wanted to kill him died. Like, they're all gone. There are no more left. And Serpent Hunter is just the sword that could kill him. It isn't like an order or anything.
So you're saying I didn't do my research well? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're here to imply?
Yes.
All right. Well, you know, when you fucking
That's
kill...
the episode.
That's the episode. We're fucking wrap it up. When you do kill Rykard, though, his wife does come down because his corpse is still there. And the wife goes down and starts eating the corpse because she wants him to be inside of her. So I think it's
classic
a
wife behavior.
Yeah, classic wife behavior. It's a beautiful circle. It's a beautiful example of what love can be. So we can, really internalize that.
I'm going to bring back the vor comment because we can't just let that go.
The Papo scale is such a funny thing. So
I want to look at her wife. I want to see that.
It's a standard white woman.
Oh, they also have a daughter. Hang on.
Oh, she doesn't have a fandom wiki page. What the hell?
Because you talked to her for 3 seconds, I think.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. So what we're getting is just like a tyrannical, greedy motherfucker.
Here's what I imagine. So the personality, I think, you meet Rykard when he's first, who he is. Like, because apparently he's very beautiful. He's like a charismatic leader. He's he's a warrior. You meet him and you have he's just like, I have ambitions. I want to kill God. Easy. I want to slay God. Or if we bring this more to a modern sense, maybe you meet Rykard and he's like, my dad runs this huge, he's a politician, or he runs this huge business, and I want to upsert him. I want to, usurp him and become he's an anarchist. That's better. He's an anarchist. He's he first becomes this whole big, I want to destroy everything. And you're like, wow. But he makes such good points and it sounds amazing. And you get drawn in. But then somewhere in the middle, he loses his way and starts instead of being for anarchy, he just is let's blow up several buildings. And you're like, whoa, baby.
So he gets into terrorism.
Yeah. And so then you have to put him down. What I'm saying is what I'm saying here, if you're not getting me, is this is a hot burning passionate love that is going to end in tragedy. And
truly
sometimes it's
the Romeo and Juliet of our times.
Exactly. It's a big passionate love affair where he will fuck you raw and then you just have to put him down near the end of it.
You just have to carry his children to term and then start a new world of apostates.
Why did you do that?
You said fuck raw.
You don't have to fuck raw. You can use condoms if you want.
He might be a bottom. You don't know.
No,
He might
he's
carry your
definitely-
children to term.
That would be preferable.
He has a womb?
He has probably several vaginas that we can work
You
with.
have no
True.
idea what gender that snake is.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's correct. That's on me. That's on me for assuming the snake's gender. Sorry, snatties. The Popo scale is such a beautiful. Joe has left again, everyone. Joe has basically gotten up and left again.
What else is there to say? Popo scale.
Yeah,
Popo scale time. It's been 30 minutes. No problem.
We're still the first fucking possibility. So Rykard is in volcano.
Yes.
Let's
He-
speedrun this.
We don't have to speed. Let's calm the fuck down. Let's calm the fuck down here. He is on a giant snake with about like I would say 50 story. Like he's a giant snake in the middle of a volcano that you have to travel down in a dungeon. So possibility pretty high.
1.
You're a hater. Just say that.
I am. I hate you.
And I hate you. 3. This is not possible. It's very the access to the volcano is super tough. So you got to be like, what is it, the tarnished or the whatever to get in
The
there?
tarnished. You have to like dodge magma and giant flaming skulls.
Yes, you do. You do. But that's for audacity. This we're doing possibility to get to him and maybe
Yeah.
face fuck him because he is the underbelly and he has 2 heads. So it's super possible. And he's sounding the entire time. So.
I forgot.
Rook?
Rook.
I'm going to. Is possibility. Possibility is the chance that you, as a person, would be able to fuck this guy, right?
Correct.
It's in an averaging of location and physiology.
Physiology. Yeah, probably. Location. Absolutely not. I'm going to say a 4.
What?
Let's fucking go.
That's just
I'll take
below
it.
average.
I'll take it. No, don't fucking. You can't talk. You
All right.
have no room to talk about
I'll
anything
shut
about
the fuck
average.
up. I'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll shut the fuck up.
Attractiveness. How attractive is Rykard? With his
He's
personality.
a little
and his thing.
attractive because of the apostasy. I do love a heretic.
Blasphemy heretic is fun. He's a snake, which does bring things up in my own book because I do love reptiles. I'm a scaly kind of vibes. But I'm also not gonna sit here in front. Mans is ugly. The snake form
He's
of
ugly.
being the underbelly and then like him splitting apart with his like writhing tentacle like sides.
I'm giving him a 3.
I'll give him a 4.
I
Rookathy?
think before the snake, Rookathy is interesting. Before the snake, probably pretty hot. After the snake, he looks like the Deku tree. 2.
You're not wrong. I hate that you're not wrong. Audacity. How audacious it is to try and
what
fuck
was your
this.
what was your score, Rook? Super quick.
2.
2. Okay.
Audacity. How audacious it is to be with this snake monster. In the heart of a volcano, a giant snake that wishes to consume God, that can only really be harmed by one item that you need to find, while also sounding the entire time.
2.
1.
Not only all of that, but he is also a prince and a demigod. I'm agreeing with 1. This is audacious as fuck. I'm sorry, cleric.
It is what it is. Parental approval. If we brought Rykard home to our Christian immigrant parents, would they approve?
1. Are bringing a giant snake monster? The snake Satan, Garden of Eden.
And he's
Satan,
a heretic.
He's a heretic. He's gonna try to eat the gods. Our parents have to like grapple with the fact that multiple gods exist.
Polytheism is not the hardest thing to comprehend, but having a giant blasphemous snake that does says it wants to consume God itself would be a frown upon. Yeah, this is a 1. This is a 0.5.
Like, points for the fact that he is technically a divine being.
Yeah.
So is the devil. And they don't fuck with that.
Yeah, it's a 1. I'm sorry. I can't even.
There's no way to defend this. Honestly, this is bad. This is not happening. Well, we've ranked the rank Rykard. Let's see how he stacks up against the list. So let's pause for math.
Happy New Year from the MFA team. Kez here with a few short messages. First, a big thank you to all our listeners who continue to support us on our Ko-fi. That's Gav, Christian J, Deidori, Akima, and Funzo Surawali. On our Ko-fi, you can find regular announcements and behind-the-scenes updates, and our members get access to the updated scoreboard with each new episode, as well as the outtakes. You can find us on ko-fi.com/monsterloverpod, or go to our Twitter @monsterloverpod. That's all from me. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
Welcome to Goblets and Gaze. We are a Pathfinder 2e focused podcast that uploads every Wednesday. In our flagship show, Blood of Kings, you can listen as a gaggle of gays grows into heroes together, from their adventures hunting down a lost city to trying to open the Feywilds to save the magic of the world of Cyrene. You can also join us every Monday over on Nat20 Productions' Twitch channel for Wayward Arcadium, our very chaotic game set in a magical school. Listen as our cast tries to pass all of their classes while dealing with drama from all sides. You can find our shows anywhere you listen to podcasts. Follow us on all social media channels @Goblets and Gaze. Join our Discord community and support us on Patreon for early episodes and special releases. And remember, eat your vegetables.
Joe, can you read out the scores for us?
Yeah. So, Cleric, for Rykard, you gave our lovely snake underbelly a 2.1. I have given him a 1.8 and Rook a flat 2. So, our total average for Rykard is a 2.
Okay. I'll take it. I will take it. I knew this was not going to be a high pick. I knew this wasn't going to win this episode. As long as he didn't get a 1, we are good. I'm fine with that. This is not a good choice. I just want to talk about him. We are good.
I forgot that Ridley got a 1.3. So technically not the worst choice.
Genuinely. As long as nobody's worse than Ridley, we're good. I wonder who's going to pick the next thing that's going to be worse than Ridley. It's going to be so difficult.
It's probably Xion again. I don't know.
Yeah, it would be Xion. Love you, Xion.
So.
Sorry, Cass.
So, Rook, after that sound that you just made, do you want to go? Are you ready to go?
I am. The monster I have brought to talk about today is Blaidd, the half-wolf.
Woo!
Blaidd is a proud half-wolf warrior who protects his sister, Lunar Princess Rani. Tall, strong, wielding a great sword the size of you. He will protect you when you need, fight with you when you need, and by the end of his quest line, he'll owe you one. And although you never cash it in-game, ask nicely, and he'll show you how sharp his teeth are.
Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball.
That's a spicy meatball.
So yeah, Blaidd is a big, strong warrior with the head of a wolf, who's also just very nice to you. And that's kind of a basic summary of Blaidd's entire character.
It's kind of an ideal partner situation.
Why so? Why do you say that? Me? Yes.
You don't want a wolf-headed partner that's just nice to you and will fight for you and will owe you one when you it's like I think people are trapped in a very transactional sort of situation when it's always like an I owe you one or I owe you back, whatever. But we can work through that.
Okay.
Rook, what are some like fun in-game moments with Blaidd?
Ooh, yeah. Hang on. Pause while I bring up his dialogue.
What I will say though is that he looks interesting. I just pulled up an image of him. He's hot. This is just diet werewolf, to be honest. So
I'll fucking kill you.
What do you mean? What the fuck? What do you mean?
I'll fucking kill you.
What did I say wrong? What the fuck did I say wrong?
You don't know goddamn shit about werewolves.
I know a lot about werewolves. Twitter keeps reminding me.
I disagree.
I've never.
Not that Twitter needs to continue to remind you. Everyone on Twitter can shut the fuck up. But what do you mean diet? He's literally half man, half wolf.
Well, like, he's just okay. Like, if I'm expecting a werewolf, I'm expecting like big and hairy, like, and all that.
I'll
He's
fucking
just
kill
like,
you.
He's just head of a wolf. That's it.
I mean, he's probably hairy underneath too.
I mean,
but just like normal human hairy.
He can
what?
He can lap it up. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Gamers, you can just imagine what I meant by that, because I will not be going to details. I'm not getting censored again in another episode.
His name is just Wolf in Welsh.
Yes.
That's so funny.
That's dumb. Wait a second. No, that's dumb.
In their defense, Wales does not exist in this setting.
Oh,
right.
I was just
not
like,
in real life.
I thought you were, I was like, damn, the British really coming out of you today, huh? You said the Queen is dead. Might as well erase something else. That's crazy.
No, I'm sorry, Wales.
I'm not.
But yeah, it is a silly name. I can't disagree. Yeah, no, it's just like, so his entire quest is kind of mixed with a different character's side quest. And you're doing these tasks to kind of like, God, it's so complicated. Okay, Elden Ring lore drop. So, there is a sect of basically wizards whose entire thing is about the stars and the stars controlling fate, and they draw power from the stars. And there's this guy in Elden Ring, you may have seen him, and his like tiny horse, who basically stopped the stars from moving. And the entire quest line is about like killing that guy to get the stars moving so his sister can access her full magical girl abilities. So throughout his quest line, it's basically just kind of like doing tasks and then him being like, thank you for the assistance. I couldn't have done it without you.
What?
Cleric, you're so close to your microphone.
So polite.
What the fuck did you just say to me? I don't think those are real words. I don't think
this
those
is fucking. This is a FromSoft game.
There's so much lore.
I wish they would get something from something different. Get better lore. I don't know what the fuck you're telling me.
I wish they would make me from hard. George R.R. Martin fucking wrote this game apparently, or like was a part of their writing team, and
he could write this, but not the last book.
Yes.
Whatever. I don't care.
I do hate that about Elden Ring, but everything else, it is a gorgeous game, and I am captivated by it regardless.
I'm just confused.
And he's so polite.
Okay, all right. So let's bring this back. So what I'm thinking is, I'm trying to think of like a modern, like if we were using the real world, what would happen. So I think this is a guy you probably meet, maybe like a security guard, maybe. Like a
high-ranking security. Like this is the fan fiction of like the fan fiction trope of like Royal X Royal Guard.
Yes, yeah.
Ooh,
this is like a bodyguard to a princess or something that you meet, and he's very polite, very kind, very just like, hey, listen, I actually need your help. You know somebody who might know somebody who can help me do this, and that's the kind of your relationship. Like, is very much, I think it's very transactional. Like, I need your help doing this. I'll help you do this if you do this.
I've got the perfect analogy because I know you love Fire Emblem.
Break it down.
This is dating Dedue.
This is a 10 out of 10. I love Dedue. I fucking love Dedue.
That's hang on, I need to Google Dedue. Hang on, give me a second.
Love this again. A little bit of a. This
imagine Dedue as a werewolf cleric. Come on.
No, this is literally just Dedue. Like the two-handed weapon, the royal guard, the duty overall, but he has a soft spot for you.
Yeah,
I fucking love Dedue.
And he's a werewolf.
Let's just go to the Papa scale, because I think you fucking just.
Well, is there anything else, Rook, that you want to talk about, Blaidd, before Cleric submits to defeat?
So you do kind of have to kill him at the end of his quest line.
Dude, what the fuck is the point?
Exactly. Let's imagine a better world where he doesn't die and you get to smooch him.
Okay, so why do you have to kill him?
Why do you have to die?
Why does he have to die?
So, okay, do you want to hear more about Elden Ring's bullshit lore?
Yeah, might as well.
This is what the episode's about.
Okay, fair enough. I did pick this. So, his sister, Rani, is a candidate to become the next god.
Uh-huh.
And Blaidd was basically assigned by the Greater Will to protect her and serve her and do like whatever she needed.
Okay.
And Rani's entire questline is basically fuck the Greater Will. I'm doing my own thing.
Girl boss.
Because the Greater Will gave Blaidd the power he needed to protect her, they also kind of basically had a kill switch in him, which was like, if she fucks up, you're gonna go after her, and you basically have to like put him down.
Okay.
Do you have to kill Rani at all?
No. I think you can.
Damn.
Okay, so you've described a situation that's a no holds barred again, where you're going to have to. This is like falling in love with your hitman, basically.
Yes.
I mean, that is kind of spicy too.
That's spicy, but it's also unfortunate and not super like. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be passionate, and I bet he's a fucking. He's giving. He will do whatever you need. Like he's going to fucking rock you and make sure you feel good at the whole time. Maybe even a little bit of a power bop.
It's very service top vibe.
Yeah, I think service top. But with that, you're going to have to. This is not something that's going to work out. He has a kill switch built in for like either you or for your boss. Like imagine
Both.
Yeah, for you and your boss. So it's like this is not something that's going to be good in the long term. But if it's coming down to sex, a man's gotta fuck you raw.
But imagine a world where the kill switch gets activated, and now it's just hate fucking for a bit. Consider that.
But it's a kill switch though, so it wouldn't really be hate fucking. It'd be I'm going to actually strangle you with my dick inside.
But let's consider a world in which that is true. Just imagine it.
Well, I mean, we can imagine it with the Popo scale. So let's hop into it.
Sure.
Possibility. So, Rook, the question I want to ask is: A, where do you meet Blaidd to have these interactions?
Right. How accessible
at the beginning of the game.
Okay.
So you have to talk to a specific character who basically goes, "Yo, I heard some wolf howls in the forest," and then you go check it out, and then Blaidd's like, "Oh, hello, mate."
Oh.
Okay. So that's very possible. He's human. He's humanoid, about the same size as everybody else. He's with you for most of the game, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Because he's okay. So this, I think, raises possibility up. I'm giving this an 8.
I was going to say 8 as well.
I think his loyalty to his boss does weight a bit down because, like, he's going to loyal. Like, listen, if you interfere with my boss, I don't fucking like. I'm not going to talk to you. Like, I'm not going to have interactions with you. Like, you threaten her, we're immediately no. But I do think it does make it more possible because beginning of the game, always there.
And that's where the Dedu comparison really comes in, because, like, you can't romance him unless you're with the blue, whatever they're called.
Blue Lions,
Blue Lions.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with a sensual 9.
9, the most sensual number.
Attractiveness.
Okay.
I'm in between 8 and 9, personally.
Here is what you can do an 8.5.
I don't want to.
Oh my fucking god. All right. I gave you a fucking out. I gave you an option. I literally gave you a number in between.
What were you going to say?
No, because I want to get on this. I gave you an option. What I was going to say was that at first this was going to be low. Genuinely. It was going to be like a 6 because he's mostly just like wolf head. I don't know what's going on underneath there. So it's basically weird. Like it'd be a weird interaction. I would make out with that wolf head though, to be honest. But Rook, you brought up a great point of bringing in my boy Dedu, who I love. I love Dedu so much. So, because I understand the sense of loyalty that he has, it does raise up his attractiveness. It does raise up everything. His wolf head is hot. I'm giving this a 9.
This is my 10. I have no words. This is my 10.
Of course.
Easily understandable.
Yes, naturally.
And so, Joe, what did you end up picking? 8, 9, 8.5. What did you pick, Joe?
Come on. I think 9 makes sense.
All right. Double 9s out of 10. Audacity. Now, this is where the numbers get lower because it is audacious. So it is, again.
Is it?
Yeah, a little bit. He is the bodyguard to the like main person who you're relying on. So there's that aspect of it. He is a warrior. He is trying to like get the stars to fucking move.
There's a lot of sibling codependency in this game.
Yeah. And then finally, you have to go.
We'll get into that.
Yes, we will.
There is because I think I remember this quest because I saw a friend of mine try to play Elden Ring for a bit, which you, him, and like that giant pot have to go fight the man on the tiny horse, and it is a fucking tough like situation. Like that boss fight, I watched it and it was horrendous to watch because it was difficult. So you have to do quests for him in order to like raise his favorability.
One, that's also how Fire Emblem works. Two, you can actually do that fight without doing anything. You can just, like, summon people and make them fight him, and they will kill him. So you don't actually have to do anything in that boss fight.
But you still have to do quests for him, don't you?
Yes.
So there's still tasks that must be done where you have to, like, murder and do shit like that in the game. So it's still going to be a tough, like, to build up favorability. And at least in Fire Emblem, you're the teacher and you can send people off. You can just be like, go into the forest.
That's creepy.
Okay, we don't. Okay, maybe should we cut that?
Anyway, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. Carry on.
No, you're good. I was just like, did I word that in the right way? That it's not like horrendous. So I do think this is very audacious. I'm going to give this a 4.
I don't think it's that audacious though.
Like, I don't think Blaidd, just as as himself, is audacious, but I think the unique situation like of the story of the game is pretty audacious.
How would you rate?
I'm leaning towards 4, but I'm gonna give it a 5. Like, I don't think he's the most audacious person you could fuck in the game, but I definitely think there are easier people to hook up with.
Yeah.
I'm going 6.
Okay.
Because of hubris.
Okay.
Hubris is a good choice, but now we gotta go to parental approval, which, if we were in the world of Elden Ring and we brought this Wolfman home to our Christian immigrant parents, would they approve? The answer:
your Christian immigrant parents
in Elden Ring.
In Elden Ring, it's a minority religion there.
Do you have Christian immigrant parents, Rook?
No, I have Hindu immigrant parents.
There we go.
Religious immigrant parents.
So, technically, the animal head, very Hindu.
Okay. All right.
And he does have a very respectable job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look.
But also, he's a man.
There it is.
And also, he has a giant wolf head.
There it is. I was literally about to bring it up.
Well, I mean, they're chill with it. So maybe less. I mean, okay, grandparental approval. That's where it gets spicy.
That's a 0.
Different.
That's zeros every time.
Yeah.
I think for mine, I'm going to say this is going to be 3. The reason being, 1, it's a guy. That ain't happening. Wolfhead, my parents feel some type of way. But if we're just going on his personality, I think he would get along with my parents. And it would be at least a nice interaction. It would be kind. I think the man and the head part is what's throwing it off. And if they were, let's say, even if they were the devout believers of like the religion that is there, still, technically, I think the wolf would be a heretic still. So I guess it would still be a no. So then it would still be a no. He's a heretic as well. So I think a 2. If we get into it's got to be a 2.
I'm saying 4.
That's fair. I'm not going to argue with that one.
So my parents would be cool with the man thing. And I think just on personality, I think they'd like him more than they like me. Now the wolf head.
The wolf head's the game changer on Dropout.
What the fuck is this?
Dropout, sponsor us, please.
That would be wild. I'm going to give it a 4. It would be higher, but I think the wolf head tips it below average.
Gotcha.
The wolf head tits.
The wolf head titty witties. But now that we got all our numbers, time to add them up for the boisterous Blaidd. Let's see who we are.
Blaidd?
Fuck me. Pause the math. Pause the fucking math. Pause the fucking math. I'm not fucking doing this at all. Just fucking pause the math. Joathy, why don't you let us know what the scores are?
Yeah, so Cleric for Blaidd, you got a 5.8, I got a 6.8, and Rook got a square 7, which does give Blaidd a 6.5 overall average between the 3 of us.
That's pretty good. That's actually super solid for the show, which is surprising.
Where does he rank overall?
No idea, but he is above all the ghosts.
Yes.
He
Oh,
is above all of the Nintendos and above all of the Dead by Daylights.
So
I am pointing at everyone in the nameless domain server. Fuck you.
you've technically beaten like 6 people with this choice.
At least, yeah.
At least.
And you have to also counter in the fact that us 2 fucking clowns are also part of the score. So good job, Rook.
Yeah, you
got a good one.
Yeah. We should rank all the guest ones and see which guest is the highest.
Honestly, yeah. I'm here to bring you a horrible, terrible tragedy of a woman.
What the fuck does that mean? I don't even know what that fucking means. You're just saying things at this point.
Cueing myself into the frame narrative. I'm going to be talking about Malenia the Severed.
Who?
Malenia the Severed is a scarlet-haired, golden armor-clad demigod, cursed with the internally ravaging disease Scarlet Rot, with the ability to lift the tarnished in the air to impale them on her sword. Her strength and glory is known far and wide. Despite her being one of Elden Ring's most difficult bosses, she is also the caring Blaidd and protector of her likewise cursed twin brother, Miquella.
I think I've seen a picture of her before, where she's
You've
the
definitely
boss with, like,
seen her vagina.
Why the fuck is that what you bring up?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Her vulva.
Thank you. I really do appreciate you using the technical terms. Were you trying to be fucking technical on this show? So, of course, I've seen her clitty witty.
End the episode. The episode's over.
So, my thing, before you said the words clitty witty in real life, was that you literally introduced Joe as your technical analyst?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Let's fucking, okay. She's the one like who you see like wears like that golden mask, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes. She's dripping with gold. Malenia the Severed.
She's dripping with sun.
She is depressed.
She is.
She's depressed. She and her brother were both sort of like, it's similar to Ronnie, right? Because they're Empyreans, like they're like next in line to become like new gods. But because of like the weird like self-cessed situation that Malenia and Miquella's parents have going on, both of them were born cursed. Malenia with the Scarlet Rot, which is basically like a way worse situation, I think, because she is like literally rotting from the inside, and that's why she doesn't have an arm. And Miquella is cursed with eternal like youth, like just he's a child forever. But it's said that he was just like the most magically strong or adept, pretty much. So Miquella designed all of the unalloyed gold that was helping like subdue the Scarlet Rot within Malenia. That all being said, she is called she's also titled the Blaidd of Miquella, or like Miquella's Blaidd, because she just like is honor bound to protect him at all times. So like another codependent sibling situation.
So here's something that I'm feeling a little bit when you're describing this. This is going to be JJK spoilers for anyone listening, real quick. And I know Kez will love this comparison. It's for the manga. So you're describing Mei, and I think that's...
Who the fuck is that?
She is somebody we meet in the first season. She's got like the silver hair, kind of like silver hair. She can communicate with birds, kind of thing. She also has a very...
Oh, she's cool.
Yeah, she looks cool. She's great.
Oh, yes.
What's bad, and what's bad about her is she has a weird relationship with her brother, like a weird incestuous relationship with her brother in the oddest way. And this is what it's kind of giving off, where it's codependent oddly. It's
not an incest situation, though. That to be is so clear.
So, may I give some context?
Yes.
So, every Empyrean has two things. One, a spouse, and two, a dedicated guardian who fights for them, who protects them. For Rani, that guard was Blaidd. For Miquella, that guard is Malenia. Malenia basically said, I don't want to be God, so I'm going to protect my brother who should have the title.
Oh, okay.
Some more context. So, Malenia is cursed with Scarlet Rot, and essentially she is kind of being possessed by the outer god of Rot, so that the outer god of Rot can take control of the lands between. That's kind of Malenia's whole story. So, yes, she has this disease, but she's also being, I don't want to say groomed, but she's being guided
She's
towards
slightly possessed,
being the goddess of Rot.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is like an older daughter who has her life entirely like mapped out for her, and she needs to get topped.
Yeah. And I think it's again, you're going to have to deal with the family dynamics of it, which is like, hey, Lenny, what's up?
Absolutely.
It's like, oh, here's my brother who has to come with me everywhere. You're like, we're going on a date. Like, do you have to?
We're on Miquella's schedule right now. I'm so sorry.
It's like, yeah, okay, so I have some time for you. We can watch a movie, but in between the movie, I do have to check in on Miquella to make sure that he is okay. Are you okay with that? It's like, oh, sure. And then like, oh, wait, Miquella's calling me. I need to go do this. I'm so sorry about this.
The thing is that I generally in real life do have some kind, like in general, I don't care about my partner's family until it gets to that point. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about meeting your parents. If we've only been dating for like a month, it doesn't matter to me. Cause I don't want anyone to meet my parents. So I just don't want to make it a thing.
Yeah,
but I think, I think the interesting thing with Malenia and Miquella's dynamic is that I easily see it as like, Malenia is also Miquella's like caretaker kind of thing. Like, I think Miquella, it's not that he's sick, but he's just a child.
Yeah.
But he's like a full adult. But I think their dynamic is so specific that I feel like I wouldn't actually mind.
Yeah, I painted that in a negative light because it can be if it's dependent on how codependent the relationship is.
Right. Yeah.
There is a weird, like, I think I view it in the opposite way. Like in real life, when I have partners, the thing is I hang out like regularly with some of my family members, like my cousin and my sibling. Like we go out to bars together, like we chill like together. So sometimes when I have a partner and they come to an event, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, like, here's my cousin, here's my sibling. And then like also it's like, hey, I invited this person. I've invited my my family here, so you can meet them. And then like sometimes when since we go out on a regular basis, you're going to meet them, like meet me or meet them constantly because we're going out together. So I think it could be just be like, hey, listen, I just think we're cool. I fuck with them. They fuck with me. You're going to meet them no matter what. So it's just like, it's not that deep. Did that make sense?
Yes.
That
makes sense.
Okay. So I think it could be that kind of relationship. With that in mind, the relationship kind of aspect and that kind of thought with, again, the Rot, because I know the Scarlet Rot drains your life, correct? Because that's an aspect of her boss fight where she drains, like, if she hits you with anything, she drains some of your life. Is that correct?
Yes.
So if maybe you were near her, having sex and being near her is going to be difficult. She's going to be draining you in two senses.
Okay, I asked a horrible question yesterday, which was just like my realization is does having sex with Malenia mean that you are getting a UTI?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, if it's transferable, yeah.
Worth it.
So the thing where she attacks you and drains your life only happens in her, like, when she goes full Goddess of Rot, which has only ever happened twice. And one of which is when she's fighting you.
Okay, and that's the butterfly form, where her...
That's the butterfly form. Yes, with her clitty witties out. But in her normal form, like, she's just, like, attacking you.
So her clitty witty and her titties are out.
Yes. Thank you, Cleric, for this insightful analysis on Elden Ring.
Invite me to your gaming conventions. I'll talk games. Catch us at PAX U. Wait, this will be over by then. I hope you enjoyed us at PAX U.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, okay. So there's less to worry about for at least that portion, but it's a factor that might say she goes into goddess mode when she's with you. That's something that has to be considered. Well, I know it's rare. It couldn't, like, rarities do happen.
Like, if you manage to kill her while you're having sex, sure, maybe it's something to worry about. I don't know what you do in the bedroom.
So if you're somebody who likes to choke their partner, maybe lease up with Malenia.
He likes to go Patrick Bateman.
Jesus Christ.
Make sure to have your safe word ready, because if not, you're going to be in for a tough time. Possibility.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know exactly how accessible she is. Like, I don't know how much she shows up in the game.
Yeah, Rook, where's she located in the game?
She's located in a waterfall area, though.
So she is located at the bottom of a clone of the Erd tree, the big golden thing in all of the promo art. Past the entirety of her nation's guards, in the middle of a snowfield that cannot be accessed unless you get two halves of a medallion from two separate places. And then also, she's a demigod and one of the most powerful demigods in existence.
And full of disease that she was born with.
And an incarnation of the god of rot. Yeah, also that.
1?
1?
1.5?
1.
I'll give it 1.5. I'll give it 1.5. Because it's doable. You do it in game. It's technically a doable act.
If you are in this position, yeah, sure, you can do it.
Yeah, it's a doable act in the game. Do you, our listener, think you can physically do this? You can raise that score higher on your own personal chart. Not me.
I mean, if you're getting to Rykard, you can probably get to Malenia.
Again, me? Personally? Could not.
You gave Rykard a 3.
Yeah, but again, it's going into a volcano. This, you have to get medallions. You have to, because if I remember correctly, in order to get those medallions, you have to kill 2 demigods. You have to kill 2 of the other demigods to get.
No.
Is that a different thing?
So one of them you find off an NPC who's just like in one of the starting areas. And the other one, you have to fight a boss who isn't a demigod, but is kind of hard.
So I'll break that up to a 2, because you get one of them real early on. So I guess that's a 2.
I think I'm going to score it higher than Rykard, because she is still humanoid.
She also will give you a UTI. And at least Rykard will eat you.
Well, okay, sure. But you're still having sex, even if you do get a UTI afterwards. Like, you can get a UTI from, like, a normal man. Also, dental dams.
Condom.
Be
Full
safe,
body
kids.
condom.
Yeah, you practice safe sex.
Wear a full leather suit.
Wear a hazmat suit every time you have sex.
Be like that one guy from American Horror Story 1. That's the only thing I know about American Horror Story 1 is the guy in full leather.
Yeah, just be a whole leather daddy, then put in your leather suit, put on a hazmat suit, but cut out a little hole for your ding-dong. That way, you can get on.
Okay, anyway.
I'm giving it a
2.
4.
Okay, 4.
Attractiveness. How hot is Malenia? Dog.
9.
10.
Like, just watching a video of her doing the waterfowl dance, the one where she, like,
oh my God,
jumps up in the air and, like, fucking slices at you, like,
she's a hot, muscly goddess woman who will reveal herself to be a butterfly woman with red hair. I like red hair. I like
red hair is good.
It's hot.
Yeah,
it's a great combination. This is a 10. She's hot. Like, this is a muscle woman who will choke me out for sure. I'll catch anything for you. I'll catch your spit in my mouth.
Good to know. Anyway, Audacity. Pretty. She's like audacious. The hardest.
A 1.
Isn't she
0.
one of the hardest?
0.5.
Or like the hardest?
Yeah, she might be the hardest boss in Elden Ring.
0.5. Easily. I'm not. We just talked about the journey to get to her. And with all the other factors, the life drain, the fucking, being the hardest boss in the game, it's got to be a 0.5. It's not even a 1. She's
depressed about her brother. Like, it's a whole thing.
Why is that the big factor? Why is, like, the depression?
It's not the biggest factor. It's just that her focuses are
like, you're basically like her brother, essentially, for all she knows, just died, and you're walking in being like, hey, what's up?
Well, hey,
no, it's
your vibe is
you're being like
sick.
You're just like, wow, this is the hardest boss. You can literally stab me, but you're depressed. So it kind of like also weighs me down, buddy. You.
How are you feeling, Rook?
Anything's possible, so I'm giving it a 2.
I love that. I love that energy.
You're sick on something. But finally, If we were in the Elden Ring world, our Christian immigrant parents approve? No.
Ooh.
Christian and Hindu parents.
Yeah, the Rot. Like,
Sorry, my parents just wouldn't know what to do. I think
Malenia, just as a person, probably be fine. But I think, like, the God of Rot is very specifically, like, excommunicated from the Golden Order. And so she is very much a heretic.
Oh, it's the heretical.
Like, she is the Antichrist. She is the Antichrist.
Oh, this makes everything worse. Because I was going to say, originally, she's someone devoted to family. She's someone who is doing her duty, and she's somebody who is, like, strong. My parents would 100% kind of approve of it, I think.
She's actively fighting the Antichrist, to be fair.
But it is the Antichrist, and if any Christian child raised in that environment knows, the Antichrist is the ultimate cockblock.
any Christian child knows.
Because listen, I picked up a Pokemon card, and a Christian parent saw me do that and said that's the tool of the devil. You can summon the Antichrist with it, and I wasn't able to touch Pokemon for 10 years.
Shit,
that's a real story. That's not even I'm not even exaggerating.
I'm sure it is.
My mother saw that because I had a bunch of Pokemon toy merch. She took it the next day and threw it out. Like, it was in the trash. I had spent I'd asked for hundreds of dollars worth of shit. Trash. Still love Pokemon though. Check out the Pokemon tournament.
Won't that be over by the time this goes out? Oh,
how was the Pokemon tournament? How did you guys enjoy it? Tell me on
Twitter. So I think 2.5.
The Antichrist thing raised it down, which sucks. It sucks.
I understand.
I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm gonna give it a 3.
A 3.
I'm gonna give it a 3 too.
Yeah, I think it's fair. So for the last time this episode, Joe, are you ready to pause for the malicious meth? For meth? Oh no, we've made that joke before. Oh my god, we're unoriginal. We're falling off. We fell off hard. We're in mid. We're in mid now. Are you ready? Let's get fucking mathematical scores that we use through a very high-tech system called Google Excel.
Yep. So for Cleric, our overall for Malenia is a 3.9. I have a 3.6, and for Rook, a 4.3, which does leave Malenia at a 3.9 average.
Oh, Jesus. I'm so sorry, Malenia.
It's so fine. She's a difficult, honestly, not everyone you should try to seduce.
Yeah.
Even if you love them.
There's a difference. I think the show points out a lot of things where it's like, while somebody can be hot, that's not the whole package. And it's something you have to consider. So we can say every monster's hot. We can't objectively maybe say that. There's going to be a monster that's appealing to everyone. But does that mean you should fuck them? With everything, all the factors also included in there? No.
I have to stop this. Let me go over. I'm going to go over all of the scores now.
Yeah.
So for our loser today, that would be Rykard with a 2. Malenia is a 3.9. Our mid, and then our winner for this episode is Blaidd with a 6.5.
Let's go. Good job, Rook.
You heard it here first, everyone. Malenia is mid.
Malenia is mid. You can post their opinions on Twitter. If we got any Elden Ring lore wrong this episode, or you were spoiled,
shut up.
Then we don't care. You can make all your Twitter rants you want. We really don't care. But with that, Rook, first of all, thank you for joining us. This was a lot of fun. We love having you on the show. It's amazing. Thank you for giving us lore. Tell the people where they can find you. Tell the people what you're doing. Tell them all the amazing things that you do.
Yeah, I'm Rook. You can find me on Twitter at RJKGames, or you can find my blog at rjkgames.co.uk. I'm a TTRPG designer. I'm in the occasional actual play, especially this month with our very own Joe.
This is going to release in January, probably.
January. Okay, this was recorded in October.
Yo, you're giving away your secrets.
I mean, I already did.
We talked about so much.
Yeah, I don't know what I'll be doing in January, but if you look on my Twitter, if you look on my blog, you'll be able to keep up with what I'm doing.
Nice.
Woo.
Joe, closing thoughts from you?
Malenia, Wania's, Clitty Witty, Blaidy Wadey, squishy, squashy, waterfally pussy.
My closing thoughts. My closing thoughts. Everyone, I know I keep picking them. I'm not into Vor. It's just like I think it's just the people I keep picking. I'm so sorry. I'm not into Vor. I know it's been 3 choices in a row. I know it's not.
Cleric.
Yeah.
Wait, this has to be on recording. Cleric, you're the Griffin McElroy of color.
On that note, all right, everybody say bye.
Hatsune Miku.
Hatsune Miku.
My friend was streaming Amori, and any time like Sweetheart came up, instead of saying Sweetheart, we would go Hatsune Miku.
Hatsune Miku. That's really good.